Okay, welcome back to the WoW Tea Party podcast. We're back because Blizzard has actually finished their nap time and decided to start doing stuff again, so we decided we wanted to talk about it. Back with my co-host Heather.
Oh, we're not anonymous anymore.
We're using real names now.
Real names.
And I am James, basically because I got sick of my WoW name, Asmo, so I'm not going to be using that in the new expansion. So just real names. You can't look us up and kill us by just first names, so
yeah,
we're not too concerned.
No, it should be fine.
So, we're back. What's coming up on the show, Heather?
Well, first of all, we're going to be doing cow poo or wow poo.
Well, what's that?
We have done this before in previous podcasts, but it's basically a game of true and false about WoW.
Yeah.
Which is really good. And it's nice and funny as well, because you get to see how little I know about WoW.
Putting pressure on, saying that it's funny.
Yeah, sorry.
It's really not funny and boring.
Yeah, it's really not funny at all.
People die.
Yeah,
now the expectations are low enough. Yeah.
So after that, we're going to be going on to the news. WoW news, obviously. And we're going to be looking at things coming up in Warlords. And we're going to be looking at the issue of the week, which is the good and bad points.
This is all part of the news.
Oh yeah, this is all part of the news. And it's going to be the good and bad things about the trailer that's just come out.
Yes.
Interesting. And then we're going to be talking about the plan for our shows and the channel. And we're going to be doing some more stuff to the channel, so we're going to talk about that. And that's
upcoming exciting stuff.
Yeah, really riveting, honestly.
Yes.
So that's going to be before and after release. And then we're going to play a new game.
Have we got a name for it?
No, we haven't actually.
It's Rhyme Time.
Rhyme Time. I like that.
Or Wow Rhyme Time. And it's worth hanging on for.
So really
we'll do the future plans, get through that nice and quick, and then straight on to WoW Rhyme Time.
Yeah, even if you don't listen to our podcast, just skip to the end.
Heather's got to complete the rhyme, and because her WoW knowledge is
limited,
about average, the rhymes help, because you don't necessarily have to be like a lore expert. You just have to be able to complete a rhyme.
Don't say that, because
if you get it
to do it.
Yeah, if you get it before her, then you win life. So, basic outline, it's going to be wow poo or cow poo, then news, then issue of the week, future plans, and then rhyme time. Wow rhyme time. It's quite hard to say that, wow rhyme time.
Wow rhyme time.
It's a lot of words and ruz. Right, let's go.
So
wow poo or cow poo. Okay, so this is the game where you've got to decide whether what I'm saying is something out of WoW, therefore wow poo, or just something I've completely made up. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we got 5 questions, going to be out of 5. I've got my pen ready to mark you.
Do I get points out of it, for this?
Yes, you get points. They're all recorded in my mind, the previous games we've had.
Oh really?
Yeah. I've got a photogenic memory, so...
I know that's not true, though.
That's not even a word.
No.
Right. So first, wow poo or cow poo, okay?
Yep.
Manaroth is the name of the big guy out of the trailer that Gromash kills. Wow poo or cow poo?
I think this is cow poo. I know Manaroth is something to do with WoW.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a person. Or if it's a person, I don't think it's that guy. You mean the guy with the green flames? The green flame guy?
Yes. Green flame guy.
See, I recognise that name, but I think it might be a place.
You think it's a place?
So I think it's...
Why do you think it's a place?
I don't know.
Let's have your logic. We like to delve into the logic in this game.
Manaroth.
Yeah.
The wrath of man.
That's what you're thinking. That's probably what they thought when they did the name.
But he's not a man.
Yeah. Okay,
He's
final
male,
answer. I'm going to have to push you on this one.
Yeah, I don't think it is, so I'm going to say cow poo.
Cow poo. That is actually wow poo. It's true.
No.
That guy is called Manaroth.
Shit.
And originally, what happened in that scene... I don't think he was even in that scene. It was just Ner'zhul saying... Ner'zhul was the warlock there.
Yeah.
Giving him the potion that would make them more powerful and angry and stuff, but what should have happened is he should have drank it and they all become slaves of the Burning Legion.
Yeah.
And Manaroth is one of the guys who sort of leads it up.
Yeah.
But because he didn't drink it, Manaroth turns up and is like, "What are you doing? Not drinking my cocktail?" And then
I made it specially for you.
Yeah, it took me ages. And then and so he chucks it back, and then he starts ripping
Kicking off.
stuff up. Right, next one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's all sort of Warlords related stuff. So, right, the opening scene
Yep.
of that takes place on you remember when it sort of pans up?
Yes.
And it looks at that thing.
Yes, I do.
That thing is called Pride Rock, and it's the place
where Simba's held up.
Okay, so wow poo or cow poo.
I think I'm pretty confident with this one.
I couldn't keep a straight face.
That is definitely cow.
You got me.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. That's 1 point.
I know my Lion King.
Yeah. Oh, Pride Rock. It looks like Pride Rock though. Right. Okay, one of the new zones in the expansion is called Mammoseum, which is the birthplace of the mammoths, and Manaroth is actually the leader of the mammoths as well.
That sounds just so weird. Apart from mounts, I don't think I've come across that many mammoths in WoW.
There's quite a few.
Is there?
You always, you have to, in like every zone there's something involving mammoths, and there's all lore thing behind them.
So you do see quite a few mammoths, so they're in loads of different zones rather than one particular zone. But
They're basically
you're
in all
telling
the
me they're
zone.
all born in one place and then they sort of scattered.
I don't know. I just know that
That's where they come from, is it?
well, I just looked at a map, basically.
No, I don't believe that. Who
don't
was the
believe it?
leader? Mamazone?
Manaroth.
Manaroth?
The guy we just talked about.
Manaroth? He's not the leader of mammoths.
Yeah, he's got the big legs of a mammoth, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's got green flames coming off him. And he bleeds green.
He leads them all.
Cow poo.
Okay. Okay, you're right on that one.
Yeah.
He's not the leader. He's actually from like a planet far away because he's part of the Burning Legion, and he doesn't lead mammoths.
No.
And Mammoseum is actually Latin for Manchester.
No, it's not.
It is, yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Well,
And we
I'm
even live in Manchester.
thing is, I'm very intelligent, so I was just thinking about all the Latin words I knew.
You know, I don't even believe that's... Why would there be a Latin word for Manchester?
Well, Wikipedia says it is. So
Very reliable source.
it's like the Bible.
So I've got 2 so far. 2 out of 3.
2, yes, 2 out of 3. Okay, next one.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Garrosh was the end of the Missa Pandaria expansion boss,
Yeah.
Gromash, his dad, is the end boss of this new expansion.
I could imagine that would be true.
Wow poo or cow poo.
Because we're trying to stop them, aren't we? So...
Yeah, but are they doing the same thing again?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I'd say that's wow poo.
Wow poo?
Yeah.
Final answer, same thing again?
Because he's the big guy and he's the leader, so I can imagine he's going to be the big boss at the end.
So if you think there's going to be multiple raid tiers, and would they do the same thing that they did? Like, sort of the exact same thing, just kill another Hellscream?
Stop trying to trip me up. Now I'm thinking no, but no, I do think it's wow poo.
Okay, well, you're correct.
Yeah!
Well done.
Thank you.
Right, see if you can get this one.
Okay.
Okay, the Shattered Hand Clan are a group of orcs that are known for their chronic masturbation habits.
They masturbated their hands off.
No. Leading to fatigue in their hands, or you could say, leaving them with absolutely shattered hands.
Oh, really? So they were like, I don't know, like claw-like hands or something, like they just wouldn't straighten out again.
Yeah, they're just absolutely shattered. And Kargeth from that animation we watched. The new
Yeah.
animation is the leader of that, and you see when he was trapped in that deep, dark dungeon.
Yeah.
That must have been all he was doing all day. So
Oh, really?
the Shattered Hand group.
Well, he must have been really pissed when he had to chop his hand off. Would he just have to go to the other hand? I mean...
No, that hook actually works for him.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Even better than his old hand?
That's the deleted scenes of that animation.
Oh, really?
Blizzard forwarded that to me personally, so...
Ah, so that's why they were all good mates.
Yeah, just like... They've all... Oh,
'Cause that's
God.
all they used to
They just
do.
go to each other like, oh, my hand's knackered today.
Yeah.
It's yours? Yeah, I got a shattered hand.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Shattered Hand Clan. Wow poo or cow poo?
Cow poo. Because I
Well,
watched that trailer.
surprisingly, yeah, you are correct.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
I do like that though, the Shattered Hand Clan.
That was good. That was really clever. You did some really funny ones there. Well done.
I'm hilarious. Well, there we go. So, 4 out of 5, that's a good score.
I'm pretty
maybe-
proud of that, you know.
Maybe one week you can get 5.
Possibly.
But, yeah,
I don't see it happening, but...
so the idea of that is like the listener should be playing along, so you at home should be playing. So next week or next time we do a podcast, get ready and play against Heather.
And then let us know how you did.
Yeah, in
Just
the
don't rub
comments,
my face
in
in
the
it.
comments, in the YouTube comments.
I know I'm rubbish, but it'd be nice to hear people playing along.
Yeah, you're terrible. Right, next news.
Yeah.
Okay, so big news of the week. They did the big launch event with the trailer,
They did.
showing off the new thing. Big build up. They haven't done one of those events before.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Metzen kept going on about World of Warcraft as a product.
Oh,
Phew.
that irritated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't happy.
Well, I
with that.
tweeted him, and so he should stop.
Did you tweet him?
'Cause- oh yeah, I tweeted him.
Oh.
yeah.
Did you get a
Yeah.
reply?
Me and Metzen go way back. I saw him once.
On
So-
TV?
That was it. That's why we go way back. I saw him. But yeah, what did I say? I said, if you call World of Warcraft or something like that a product again, I'm going to have to shake my finger angrily at you again. And that was it.
Yeah.
I
That
just wanted
told
to
him,
know.
though.
It's not a product, it's a game.
It may be
Oh.
a product when they're in their board meetings or looking
Yeah.
at figures, but to us,
we
it's
really
not.
want to, but we really want to tie all our products together. Don't say that. No, we want to link all the story of the WoW
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
Say that.
The universe that we're all involved in, not the product that you've all bought.
I'll go do a training day over at Blizzard, even
I
if
think you should.
they don't book me. I'm just going to go in like with a loudspeaker. Listen up, everyone. Anyway,
And point your finger as you're talking to them.
we're digressing.
Sorry.
Right. The trailer though
Yes.
was really cool.
It was cool.
So, what did you think of the trailer?
Do you want my good points or my bad points?
Let's
do you want
let's
both?
discuss the good.
Let's
I,
go-
I haven't got much bad because I like to be
I haven't.
positive. So
No. I thought it was really cool. I thought the graphics were amazing.
yeah,
I thought that it sets up the expansion nicely.
I concur.
Because to be fair, I knew that they were going back in time and things like that, but it just made more sense that there was something visually there. And I thought that the green flame guy was cool.
Yes,
It
Manor
looked
off.
really powerful and big and grrr.
All the voices were cool, weren't
They
they?
were amazing. I don't even know how they do them. I'd love to have a
sorry.
voice
Blah,
like
blah,
that.
blah.
Well, if I was a man, I'd love to have a voice like that.
Yeah.
Not I'm a lady. That'd just be a bit weird.
Yeah. I wouldn't like you to have a voice like that.
No.
Do the dishes.
Yeah. I just thought it was really cool, and yeah, it was just really cool.
So really cool is your conclusion.
Really cool.
And what was bad?
I thought that the music was a bit Lord of the Rings. Thought they ripped
It
it
did
off a little
actually. I
bit.
forgot about that. Yeah. Well, Lord of the Rings goes, and people should watch this when they watch the trailer again.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings goes dun 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 dun, dun. Whereas theirs goes dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun, or something like that.
I love Lord of the Rings, and
Yeah.
that's why I feel like I have to stick up for them a little bit there.
I quite like it. I mean,
I do like it, and it sets it really well. But I do think it's a little bit of a rip-off.
I think like there's certain standards in the fantasy genre, and when something does it like the music so well, like Lord of the Rings did, I think, well, you know,
let's steal a little bit of that.
Maybe you should have copied it because it was amazing. So
yeah, so yeah, there was that. Also, Grommash Hellscream's eyes freaked me out a bit because when he starts talking, Grommash, sorry, Grommash.
What did you say, Grandma?
No,
Grandma Hellscream.
What did I say?
The new boss of the expansion.
Grommash?
Grandma Hellscream. Oh no.
Well, his eyes...
Heather, that's the next one.
They go back and see his grandma.
Warlords. Yeah, Grommash goes back even further. Grandma. We need to get the humans.
Well, I thought
after I put the kettle on.
Well, I thought that his eyes freaked me out, especially when he was saying stuff like, what was it? We'll never be slaves again, or something like that. We'll be conquerors. If you look at his eyes when he's saying that, they're so freaky. It's like they're just so small and weird, and I think the graphics just I don't know. It just looks a bit weird.
I think it looks quite cool because I think they look a bit like I think they've probably got inspiration from like animals and. Looks a bit like sort of shark eyes, like
like
sort of
tiny,
evil dead eyes.
But they really freak me out. So it's not really a negative. It's just a bit weird. And also, did you notice at the start, you see shitloads of people walking up to this Pride Rock, as you name it.
Yeah, Pride Rock.
They're all walking up, and then, to be fair, there's not much of a fight. I mean, it's really cool. The trailer looks cool, but like 3 people get involved. And then at the end of the trailer, you see everybody walking up to the portal. So they've walked all that way, gone, oh, well, that was fun. I've just walked for fucking miles. I've not got any action. And then they've had to
walk for effing miles.
And then they have to walk all the way back to the portal and then start working on that. I just think, I feel a bit sorry for the warriors. It's just...
So one of the main bad points you think is that they've had to do like an unnecessarily long walk.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
They spent a lot of the trailer commuting.
Yeah, well, did not feel a bit bad for them? They're like, oh yeah, we're going to get them and stuff, and this is going to be so cool, and then it's like, oh, I didn't even get to see it. It was over so quickly.
It's not one of my main concerns about the trailer, but yeah, it's a point.
But I did notice that Hellscream guy, the dad, he must bench press quite a lot. Did you see him like lift that thing up?
Yeah, they're all on the roids.
They definitely are.
Yeah.
And yeah, my last like bad thing was that I don't think it would make sense to new players coming in, because I think at the moment Blizzard, they say that they're stripping back all of the abilities and stuff, so then it's easier for new players coming in. But I think if they put that cinematic like in cinemas or on the TV, nobody's going to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
all they'll know is that it looks cool, which is good.
I've done that series on the lore, and I still had to watch that trailer like a second time just to be like, what the hell is happening? And so new players, it won't really make sense. But I think on the positive though, like I think maybe they might have tried to do that to make people think, oh, all this stuff is really cool. I'd like to know the story behind it. Yeah. And then they sort of maybe start playing or look into the YouTube videos behind it, or do some sort of
research,
do some googling, and start generating a bit of hype.
Well, what did you think?
My good and bad, right? So, I think it's good because it just makes it seem cool. Yeah. It's going away from all the different sort of geeky stereotypes of it, and just having like big guys doing cool stuff, bashing stuff, hitting the guy in the head with an axe.
Yeah, flying through the air through flames.
Yeah, so, and also it's it's good for existing players because it really sort of immerses you a bit more in the lore, I think.
Yeah.
Really sort of wants you to know what's going on with the Warlords.
Yeah.
But on the negative side, I don't know if it's what they're intending to do with the story, because like with a story, if you've got a bad guy, you need to get your audience to hate him.
Yeah.
After that trailer, I was like, yeah, go Warlords. like, I can't wait for you to kill us all, you know, like, because that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be trying to get us, but I'm supporting them getting us at the moment, which doesn't really make sense. So even though it was really cool, like, I really like the bad guys.
Yeah, because that mammoth dude, he was huge, and it was just a bit of a shame that all he did was like blast that thing, and then that's all he got to do. Yeah, did a bit of blasting. I wanted to sort of feel how powerful and strong he was, and why they had to take so many men to try and defeat him. But he was taken down a bit too quick, I think. But I guess the trailer has to be quick, doesn't it? But
my biggest one was that biggest bad was just that I liked the way the Mr. Pandaria. I wasn't expecting the Mr. Pandaria trailer to be any good at all, and then when it came out, it was this fast action, you know, cool fight.
Yeah. With
sort of clever
choreographed really well.
Choreography, yeah. And this one didn't really involve the choreography, but I think the substitute for that choreography was when Gromash is flying through the air, through the flames, and then whacks him in the head. I think that was sort of a chills moment. Give me the chilies.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, I like that bit, and it did sort of make me look forward to the expansion a bit more. Like, each trailer, it gives sort of like a feel.
It does.
You get a feeling for the expansion that you want to get into it.
Yeah, I think
does that really well, and the graphics, they just look so. Even though they're animated, really. They look real at the same time.
Yeah,
it's well good.
They did really well on that cinematic thing, and you turned to me after we watched it, didn't you? And you said, "I wonder how the film's coming along," because it sets you up. Now you're thinking, "Oh, I hope the film's going to be, you know, as good as that and stuff," and wanting to know more about the film as well. So it sort of sets that up as well as the expansion.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's a job well done, I think.
But I'm hoping that, like, they'll have in the actual game more sort of emotional moments, like the Wrath of the Lich King trailer.
Yeah.
Like, it starts all sad, and you can sort of feel the sad emotions there. I'm hoping they have a trailer where you watch it and you're actually sort of emotionally affected.
Yeah.
Oh, and we didn't actually mention what the trailer was about, which should have done at the start, really. So in the actual storyline, what happened was not in the trailer. This is what happened in our timeline. The trailer shows what happens in an altered timeline. So in our timeline, what happened was Gromash, which is Garrosh Hellscream's father.
He's a daddy.
He drank the blood of Manaroth, which is the blood of a Burning Legion demon, a big sort of powerful one, because he was promised to have like power and that everything would be well good. But then when he actually drank it, he did have, you know, a bit more power, but he started it made them slaves to the Burning Legion, so they were
corrupted, weren't they?
Yeah, and then the Burning Legion called all the shots after that and tried to attack Azeroth and everything. So what's happening in the trailer is Garrosh has managed to go back in time from our time, and it looks like he's calling the shots with Gromash and telling him to not drink it. So he pours it back and he's like, "No, thank you." And then
I don't want your green shit.
Yeah, it looks like slime.
Yeah.
And then they start attacking stuff, and instead of the Burning Legion coming after us, it's going to be the Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah.
But after the trailer, I hope they succeed and they take over, and then we all play orcs.
They've got attitude.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Independent orcs. Right.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was the trailer. So, good overall.
Do we actually know... Because there was another mini trailer, wasn't there, that was shown, which was those guys who cut off the hands. Do we know...
The Shattertan gang.
Yeah. Do we know what relation they have to the Warlords?
Yes. Good question, Heather.
Thank you.
I shall fill you in. So, he's just one of the Warlords. So, the Orcs is formed, of clans, and the leaders of the clan... I don't know if this is fully true. I'm sort of making it up.
Let's just roll with it.
But cool. I should do a lore video on this.
Yeah.
But I think the Warlords are like the leaders of the clans.
Right.
And they're all banding together to to get us and to conquer. And he's the leader of the Shattered Hand clan, which they all copy Kargeth, the leader, who had to chop off his hand to get out of, the restraints of the ogre's captivity.
Yeah.
And so now in sort of allegiance to him, they all cut off their hands and replace it with a scythe weapon.
Because if people haven't seen that one as well, that's like a mini trailer that came out, wasn't it?
Animated series, they're calling it.
Sorry. And it was really cool, and it was basically like Gladiator, wasn't it? Where they were told if they kill 100 men, then they'll be released. And this guy killed 100 men, and he wasn't. So he cut off his hand, got a stone, chopped off his hand, and then he threw the stone to the other people, and they all chopped their hands off. And now they're all bezies.
Yeah, and he took out some ogres.
He did.
Right, next big news, which came with the trailer, was the release date.
Yes. Big news.
So, the release date, 13th of November 2014, Thursday after BlizzCon.
Yeah.
BlizzCon will be at the weekend, and then the expansion will come out, which means the patch 6.0 with like the new features like the item squish and whatever will be out probably mid-October or the start of October.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Is that crazy late, or is it earlier than you're expecting?
Well, what did they say? They said, what was it, 20th of December latest or something?
Yes.
Was it 20th?
20th, I think.
So it's earlier, but to be honest, everybody expected it months ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's really late.
Yeah.
I don't want to be negative, but it's really late, and it's a little bit of a coincidence that it's Thursday after BlizzCon, so they actually have something to talk about.
I think like a reflection of the overall attitude of people was said by Elvine, one of the popular streamers, who said to WatcherDev, because WatcherDev said he was giving a bit of information out, and then he was like, "Oh, we're going to hold back a bit of information because we really don't want to overload you at this time." And Elvine went,
"Overload?"
Elvine went, "Don't worry, you're not overloading us. We haven't had anything for a year, so overload ahead."
Go Elvine! Hell yeah! It's
damn.
I don't know why they said they were going to do another BlizzCon. To be honest, I don't know why they haven't just skipped it like they have done before. Because we got a bit of information last year and everybody was all hyped up and they thought it was going to be coming out not long after, a couple of months after. And then it never happened, and then they're basically just going to be talking about it again. And to be honest, I think it's a little bit selfish on their part, because they're going to be expecting people to pay. It's like over £100, isn't it, a ticket for BlizzCon?
Yeah, they've upped it as well.
Yeah, so they're expecting people to pay more, when really it should just be like a launch event where they just talk about it and then it's out that day and it's like a big celebration. I don't think they should expect people to come in, pay over £100 for a ticket for BlizzCon, and get a bit of information, and they're just holding the game back, because I think they've probably already got it sorted now. They could probably sell it now.
we know how sorted it is, because there's loads of people beta testing it. Apparently it's just crazy buggy still.
Oh, is it?
It's not ready.
Oh. But I just think it's a bit of a coincidence that it's going to be on the Thursday after, and I think the reason they're doing that is because they'd have nothing else to talk about, personally.
Well, I will give the positives for this. Don't want to be too negative. Like, I was really angry at, like, mainly just their communication strategy, because they just...
Or lack of.
As it was delayed, they just didn't say anything. They just... And it's like, in theory, it's an approach you can take where no information is better than releasing bad information. Yeah. But I think the better way is to release information, because it's like you're going out with someone and you're saying, "Come on, what's the problem? You got to tell me," and they're just like, "No, nothing. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
everything's fine." So.
That's such a good impression.
Yeah, and that is crazy frustrating. And I got really frustrated.
Yeah, just come out and say it how it is.
So, but I ended up having a rebound relationship with Wildstar.
Yeah,
so that was the result.
Who take the approach which we'd prefer, who say, yeah, there's been a bug, there's been a problem. This is what we're doing. We've worked overnight to try and fix it. We've done this, this, and this. We apologise. Which is what we'd so prefer with WoW.
The positive was, at one of the interviews at this launch event for the trailer, Tom Chilton actually gave a bit more information. I don't know if this had come out before. And he'd said that, yes, we were a lot slower than we anticipated. And he said, we did take on 80 new staff, so it looked like we should have been faster. But that actually had the effect of slowing us down. And he didn't say why, but I can imagine that slowing people down. Because if you're taking on that many new staff, the amount of training that's involved in those, it's going to take all the developers off their jobs, and then everything will get developed slower. And if they're taking on 80 new staff, really they should be able to speed up in future.
Yeah, it'll mean that future things will be done quicker, but in the
there's always the effect of just being a big sort of corporate company. You got that top heavy structure where so many things have to be passed through, like
management
checks, and management, so they can't be as rapid as they used to be. So even though it will speed up, it's the law of diminishing returns there, I think. But things will speed up in future, I think. But I just like that he actually admitted that it was a lot slower. There's no sorry, but like, it's not his place to apologise on behalf of the company. But a sorry would be nice, just for the lack of communication, I'd say. But as long as it's still the best game out there, I'm going to be playing it.
Yeah.
And also, he said there were so many new systems and new zones in the expansion that it took longer than expected. I just think they just probably, inside the company, they just failed a bit operationally. I think once they developed a zone, it was probably just going through too many checks, and then it goes back to the teams, and then they have to develop it again and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they had enough bad reaction from the fans that they will actually learn from this one.
Yeah, because it was actually said that they were listening to us, wasn't it? Chris Metzen said, "We're listening to you, don't worry," and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And I sort of think, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do sort of feel like, do they call them jilted exes? Like,
I don't know.
You make just making promises, that can't keep.
Yeah.
But as long as they bring out a good game, then I'm happy.
Yeah. But so far,
and I'll play that.
Yeah. I really hope so, because we've already bought it.
But I am taking what they say with a pinch of salt, because didn't really work very well last time, because Dragon Soul was the other one that lasted absolutely ages, and everyone was saying that's ridiculous, you can't do that again, and then they did it again. So for this expansion, I'm gonna enjoy it, play it loads, but I'm going to expect that wait, and I'm gonna line up some games ready for it.
Yeah. We'll manage our expectations,
and I ain't gonna trust them again.
No. So what was the next thing?
Okay, so that was release date, and so they were the main pieces of news, but just grabbed some of the other stuff that I thought was interesting as well. Tom Chilton also talked about the legendary ring. Yep. You excited about a new legendary quest?
No.
No, why is that?
Because...
Well, you never got the legendary cloak.
I'm really casual. I'm a casual player. And I never got my cloak. Yeah. And I've never been a big fan of like dailies or anything like that. So to me, a legendary questline like that is basically dailies. It's probably nothing like it.
Not dailies.
Yeah, exactly. It probably isn't, but it feels.
You mean
like
it feels
that
like a slog?
It does. It feels like that.
Well, I think you do have to. Well, you didn't really know what was happening with the last one.
Yeah, I didn't.
I think if you know what was going on, it is quite good, because even though it is a grind, like the cloak, when you get it increased your DPS by like 25% or something. It was well good, and also it had that cool visual effect. So to go through all that, it's so cool when you actually get it. And but I think having had the cloak, I think I'm looking forward to the new one.
Because it is called legendary for a reason, isn't it? And I obviously aren't. Yeah. I'm not legendary because I couldn't I couldn't keep going with it.
Oh, don't put yourself down like that.
So maybe I didn't deserve one, but I think I will give a good go of this.
Oh, you deserve one.
Oh, thank you.
The legendary ring though is different because Tom Chilton was saying that it works quite well because your ring slot, you've got 2 of them, so you can get your legendary, and that doesn't have to occupy that one. You can still work on getting a new item for the other slot.
That makes sense. That's good.
Yeah, so and also it will still have visual effects associated with it, even though it's a ring.
Because this is this thing, I've mentioned this before in a previous
No, it won't
one.
actually be a ring.
Oh, this is what I mean. This is one of the things I mentioned before. I'd love it if we could see rings and necklaces or something like, the little bits of armor.
That would be good for the girls.
It looks so much better. Because they're developing like the look of characters now, aren't they? And it would be so good if we could see. I know it would be hard to do and everything. You probably wouldn't look at it that much, but I think that if you're getting items, I think you should be able to see them. And rings and necklaces, you just don't.
Yeah, make you want it that much more.
Yeah, because I'd probably transmog them as well, because they look pretty.
Even the rings.
Yeah, of course I would.
I think it'll be one of those where it has like an overall, like the cloak was a massive thing on your back.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be one of those big animations. So. To have some sort of glow on you or something,
That'd be cool. But yeah, I will give it a go.
That's the ring.
Yeah, I will give it a go.
Other piece of news was that in 6.0, Ian Hazacosta said that they're sort of bringing out a half dungeon, which is going to be like one of the classic dungeons. So, and he said you can get a bit geared up for the new expansion as well through that.
That should be good.
So that'll be good because the last one, I think, Mr. Pandaria, it was a scenario and it was really short. Everyone was quite underwhelmed with it, I think. So I think that will be exciting.
Really good,
Apart from that is all anyone's going to do for the whole month, just one dungeon.
Yeah.
And we actually had something like that in Cataclysm. They released a patch where it was just 2 dungeons, and by the end of, I think it was, but that was a bit long. It was about 4 months. You were just doing those 2 dungeons. I think it was like Zul'Gurub and another one. So
you get a bit bored of them.
might get intolerance to that half dungeon, but it'll be cool to play for the first time.
Yeah, and if we've got a month, like at least we can complete it.
Yes. At least, are you talking about yourself there?
Yeah.
It's difficult for you to complete things.
Obviously.
As you only play 2 minute installments. Yeah. Well, it's good. Perfect for you. A patch.
Perfect for
patch
me.
for Heather.
I'll do 2 minutes, like every couple of days.
I do like that. That'll come out just after we come back from holiday as well. So it'll be good timing.
It will be.
Right, so that's all the news that we're bothered about. There is other stuff, lots of small things. Obviously, if you want to check that out, MMO Champion is the best one, I think. So future plans for the channel, we'll do that, and then we're going to do our new amazing game that you need to stay tuned for because it's the best.
Yep.
The WoW Rhyme Time.
Yep.
I just changed the name. I like that one though.
Yeah, it was just Rhyme Time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
WoW Rhyme Time, I like that.
So future plans, right. So you might have seen all the rest of the stuff on this YouTube page if you were watching from the YouTube page. We like to do our 1 minute guides because the 20-minute guides that I used to watch are just ridiculous. Yeah, sometimes you're in you come home from work, you get in your guild ready for the raid, you're actually in the raid, you can't watch a 20-minute video, so a quick briefing is handy. We want to do all that hoping for every boss, although we're both working now. Like when I was doing the old guides, I had been made redundant from my old job, but it meant that I got to do loads of guides. But in this one we're going to try and work hard at the weekends and get the bosses done as they come out, as soon as they come out, so stay tuned for those.
They've been really popular, haven't they? So
yeah, people like them, and we get some really nice feedback on those, and hopefully, because the dungeons are going to be a lot harder in this one, because they're bringing back the heroic tier of dungeons, which are the gear of those is supposed to be on par with the Raid Finder gear, and they're going to be a bit more brutal.
Yeah.
So they might require some guides as well. So I'm thinking about doing some guides on those if I have time as well.
Yeah.
And also the Raid Finder stuff's not going to come out for 3 weeks, so I might be able to get a guide in before then.
Yeah.
The podcasts also, we're going to be doing lots more podcasts. We like to do them as news comes out. So if there's a lot of news that we sort of feel enthusiastic about, then we're going to want to talk about those.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that in the podcast.
Definitely.
And also what we've been up to in game, which is, I think that's a nice little section to have, what we've been up to, because then you get to sort of judge your own play by someone else's.
Yeah.
And see if you're feeling the same sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And the structure of the podcast, the reason we like to do it when updates come out is just because I don't want people to tune in just for the sake of tuning in to the podcast. It's better if you're tuning in to listen to things that you actually have. From them. Yeah, and that you feel enthusiastic about yourself, not creating things to be enthusiastic about. I just think.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
It stretches a bit thin there.
Yeah,
I think.
We don't like that.
Personally, I'm sure other podcasts can make it work very well.
They can.
But
we're terrible at filling time, so.
That is our.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're amazing at everything.
Yeah.
But, just like to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
So, and also, hopefully if I've got time, do some lore videos as well. So, sort of based on demand, because the lore series has actually been a lot more popular than I thought.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to sort of kick off that well, did we?
Yeah, people have liked it.
Yeah.
And if they didn't like it, I just deleted their comments, which it works quite nicely. So, so I might do, I like the idea of doing one on all the different warlords and the lore of them.
That'd be
and
really
definitely towards the end of the expansion, I want to do, because my thing is I want to catch everyone up on the lore.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't caught up.
Yeah.
So, I want to follow on from the previous ones and say this was the lore of Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah.
Stick that all in, 9-minute video or something.
No problem.
So be excited for all of that, and just subscribe to everything that we're on, which is mainly YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah.
The site's a bit hard work. We'll probably try and get, I don't know, maybe a new site that updates automatically, because with this one you have to customize it's very work heavy. So. But yeah.
Yeah, and you may have noticed also our YouTube sort of channel has changed to MMO Tea Party rather than the WoW Tea Party, because we're looking to do guides on possibly other games as well.
Yes.
So this is our WoW Tea Party, but we may do other ones as well. Because at the moment we've got a WildStar Tea Party as well, which we're probably going to do some work on.
It's
also.
like we're at the WoW Tea Party now, like we're at a tea party that's about WoW.
We have actually got tea.
But sometimes we go to tea parties about MMOs in general.
Yes.
So yeah.
So if you're ever interested in WildStar or anything like that, you can follow us at the WildStar Tea Party on Twitter as well.
Also, definitely liking the look of Destiny, because that's basically an MMO.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be good.
Maybe even some videos on those.
Okay,
right.
Well, enough about the channel.
So, WoW Rhyme Time. You ready?
Hell yeah! I'm really excited. I'm going to get all of them wrong.
In this game, you have to complete the rhyme.
Yes.
Okay? And it will form either, well, depending on how you see it. I'm not that hip-hop, but some would call it a rap.
You're well gangster. What are you talking about?
Others would call it Shakespearean poetry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the way it works, let's work by example to explain it. Okay? So, I would say, Heather's tune, like a tree all leafy and fluid. She loves to heal stuff, so she's a resto
druid.
And that's 1 point to Heather, because she completed the rhyme. Well done.
Woo.
But you don't actually get a point, because we pre-planned that one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so you ready for the first rhyme?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Okay, you'll get plenty of time, okay? Okay, so here we go. If he hit you in the balls, it would be a low smash.
Right.
His son is garish. He's an orc named...
Oh,
So, let me say it again.
Yeah.
If he hit you in the balls, it would be a low smash.
Yeah.
His son is garish. He's an orc named...
Gromash?
Yay!
Oh,
Gromash!
Yeah!
1 point.
I definitely didn't have to look at my notes then.
Oh. Okay, you get half a point. Half a point.
I knew it was
no
him.
notes looking, okay?
Sorry, I cheated.
Right. A popular detergent, its name is Lenore,
Yep.
will be riding through a portal to a land named...
Grimoire?
No. One more go, okay? Popular detergent, its name is Lenore.
Yeah.
Will be riding through a portal to a land called... No?
I can't think.
Draenor.
Draenor, oh my god! Oh my god, that is so embarrassing.
Good try though. Right.
It really wasn't.
I could hear your mind like swirling
Tick,
around trying to
tick,
get something.
Tick.
Yeah. Okay. He looks angry all the time. You wouldn't want to marry him. It's the king of the alliance, and his name is... Okay, so he looks angry all the time. You wouldn't want to marry him.
Oh yeah.
It's the king of the alliance, and his name be...
Varian.
Varian. Well done.
Why has he got a scar on his face? Is it a scar?
He was looking left really fast,
Yeah.
and there was a pointy thing in front of him.
Oh right. I always wondered that.
Yeah, fact. Right, so that's 1.5 points
Okay.
out of 3.
Oh god.
So 50% so far. Right. So, my feet are really warm. I must be wearing 4 socks. Evil mages I like, and they call them... Huh? What do they call them?
I'm so bad at this game.
Right. My feet are really warm. Yeah?
Yeah.
I must be wearing 4 socks.
Yeah.
Evil mages I like, and they call them...
Warlocks.
Warlocks! So hey! had to hear the rhyme again.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
You ready for this one? You got your mind
Okay.
activated.
Yeah, you would have thought it'd be warmed up by now, but obviously not.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Lacking intellect they are. Some say they are dorks. Warlords of Draenor is full of effing... Oh my god.
Can you say it again?
Lacking intellect they are. Some say they are dorks. Warlords of Draenor is full of effing...
I don't know.
Is that your final answer? You don't know?
Lacking in
You're going to
intellect.
absolutely kick yourself.
No, I don't know.
Okay. One more time, because you're going to hate that you didn't get this. Lacking in intellect they are. Some say they are dorks. Warlords of Draenor is full of effing...
Warlords.
Warlords? Dorks? No. Okay, I'll complete it. Lacking in intellect they are. Some say they are dorks. Warlords of Draenor is full of effing orcs.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
Orcs?
That doesn't even seem to rhyme.
Orcs and dorks doesn't rhyme.
Oh, I guess it does. Sorry.
How do you feel?
Embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, orcs, I mean, the other ones were quite hard, but orcs, maybe you should be a little embarrassed about it.
I thought that was harder
go
than
away.
the others.
Do some revision. But you know the race is orcs, don't you?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
Okay, so that is the end of the show, unless there's anything you want to say, Heather?
No, I think that's everything.
Well, shout out to Kristen, who
Yes.
messaged us on Twitter. So let's dedicate the show to Kristen.
Oh, and that guy who asked whether we were dead.
And the guy who asked whether we were dead. We're not dead.
We are
We're,
very much alive.
Still, I had a cold a bit ago, but not dead.
No,
So,
you survived.
yes.
Just about.
So yeah, look out for all the stuff in the future, and thank you very much for listening.